Hi, this is a Chapter 11 assignment overview. All right, let's look at the objectives first. You are going to locate and identify appropriate literature for a particular action, research, question, or problem. You're also going to state research problems, hypotheses, and questions. So for this assignment, you're going to look at Chapter 11 and look at classroom curriculum design and kind of examine some ideas that you might be able to use in your classroom. So read Chapter 11. When you're looking through that, you're going to notice Marzano mentions the textbook is not the curriculum. I know those of you who've had me before have heard that. You don't want to be, okay, Chapter 1, then Chapter 2, and that's my curriculum. You also want to be careful that you're not just throwing a bunch of facts out there. You want to use effective design. You want to think about what you're doing, think about your lesson planning to make sure that you're really going to help kids understand the material. So as you read through Chapter 11, you'll see quite a few action steps throughout there. Pick an action step that you would like to focus on. You're going to discuss why you chose that action step, and then I'd like you to form a research question and hypothesis that relates to the action step. So you're not going to necessarily do anything with this research question and hypothesis at this point, although you might decide to use it in your proposal, but that's up to you. But think about, okay, what kind of research question could I use if I wanted to do something with this? And finally, I'd like you to find one additional piece of research from a peer-reviewed journal that relates to your research question. So once you pick your action step, I'd like you to form a research question and then find just one article that would relate to that. You're going to summarize the article, and I want to make sure that you realize you need to attach a copy of the article. I'm not going to grade your work or consider it submitted unless you have a copy attached. So make sure that you give me a copy. It doesn't have to be directly attached at the end of the paper that you turn in, but it has to be attached when you upload your assignment, so that way I can see the article and see your summary. I'm going to scroll down to the rubric, the discussion. Make sure a clear statement of the action step. I need to make it very clear so that I know what action step you're looking at. Clearly describe why you made that choice. Tell me why that is the one that you chose above all others. And make sure your research question is clear and relates to that action step. So you want to make sure there's a nice connection between the two. And same thing with the hypothesis, clear and relates to the action step. The article summary, when you get to that point, you want to make sure it's a peer-reviewed journal. If you go to the library or use the library search tabs, there's an option where you can make a checkbox so that you only get back results from peer-reviewed journals. So that kind of helps. It gives you a little bit of a shortcut there. But make sure, I don't want it to be something like Education Weekly, or needs to be an actual peer-reviewed journal with real research in it. The article should clearly relate to your research question. You don't want something, you're not throwing something in there just because it's research. It needs to have a clear relation. When you do your article summary, all the main points need to be summarized accurately and thoroughly, but you want to be careful that you're only summarizing. If you have a 3-page article, you should not turn in a 4-page summary. You shouldn't turn in a 3-page summary. It should be much shorter. So make sure that you're looking through, you're really picking out the main points, you're picking out what's important and putting that in there, and you're not just reiterating the whole entire article. I could read it myself if that's what I was looking for. You might have a couple sentences that are pulled from the article, but you're going to expand on those ideas. So make sure that it's not just a bunch of direct quotes with no expansion. I want to know what you think. I want you to take those ideas to another level. And last but not least, as always, we have formatting and grammar. So watch your grammar, watch your spelling, watch your citations. You will have at least 2 citations for this one. You're going to have one for the Marzano book. You're going to have another for the research article that you pulled up. So you should make sure that you have both of those references in there. Watch your in-text citations and your reference list. As always, any questions, let me know.